Story of Elisa is a heartfelt narrative about a little girl and the lost and return of her butterfly. In the original video, my interpretation was focused on the importance of letting your loved ones go. The truth is, there was another interpretation to the same story that emerged in the writing stages. What existed only as snippets of subconscious thought coaxed me to create a video solely for this deeper dive. This is the alternative analysis of my video, Story of Elisa. The backbone of this interpretation rests on the realization that everything we know about the story is entirely heard from Melissa's perspective. It is not the story of truth or reality, but of Elisa. The story does not talk about Elisa's mental well-being, nor do we know whether or not she is truthful. Our ambiguous understanding of reality is what allows us to make this alternative analysis. In the story, the butterfly symbolizes a precious entity with beautiful and sacred qualities. The butterfly may be a tangible entity, but it can also represent something intangible. From the story, the uniqueness of the butterfly made Elisa want to capture it. In our lives, the butterfly could represent a tangible entity, like a person, or an intangible entity, like sexuality or beauty, all held in captivity. On the other hand, Elisa's narration is comparable to the conscious mind, and it is the only voice that we get to hear. Elisa tells us that letting the butterfly go was a good decision. She also tells us that the butterfly came back, and she interpreted the lavender as a gift from her. In reality, we do not know if any of this occurred. Elisa's voice consistently wavered in a manner that did not sound sure of herself. With her whimsical narration that seemed caught in a trance, the happy ending seemed too good to be true. Once we accept that this perfect ending may not be the full story, we can discuss the themes of the mind and love. The story alludes to the manner in which people let things go and try to rationalize how it was for the best. When something feels too awful to bear, some people rationalize their pain because logic is comforting and breeds a sense of security. Likewise, Elisa rationalizes how great her decision was to let the butterfly go, despite not knowing where the butterfly went. From what little information we have, the butterfly could have found another owner or been with other butterflies who took care of her. Undoubtedly, she could have been independent, but we do not have sufficient evidence to make that claim. In the worst scenario, Elisa may have let go of a butterfly who desperately needed her help. When Elisa saw the lavender, she did something that many mothers do. She saw the gift for more than it was. If your child makes you a card, it means the world to you. Something trivial and irrelevant becomes the one thing that a mom will hold on to see her child in the best light. I believe that many of us have the potential to love someone or something to the point of obsession. we become capable of twisting our perception of reality to see them in the best light, even if this means blaming ourselves and telling a false narrative. We have now arrived at the themes beauty, sexuality, captivity, and ownership. I am proposing whether or not we should hold something beautiful, like the butterfly, in captivity. In our lives, should beautiful things, like our body parts, be hidden or revealed to the world? Likewise, should beautiful concepts like sexuality be suppressed or unleashed? While we can hide our body parts as an act of modesty, we can also reveal them as an act of liberation. In regard to liberation, why do some cultures cover up beauty to liberate women from lustful gazes, while others show it to liberate society from the idea that lustful gazes should exist? Ironically, both actions vocalize an intent to secure the safety of women. As a lavender gift reminds us how any decision can be rationalized by strong emotions, the plausibility of any cultural or feminist ideology can also be rationalized by a strong believer. That said, Elisa's unreliable narration reminds us that the bodies we see and the sexuality that they express only brush the surface of their full intentions and capacity. The rest is hidden. Although the butterfly seemed happier being independent based on Elisa's narration, we know that this may be Elisa's false perception. She may have found another owner instead. In that case, should beautiful bodies be owned? And if so, who is the owner? Is it the person it is attached to or someone close to them? Or should beautiful bodies be left to grow independently? Should we govern beautiful concepts, like sexuality, to prevent them from losing control, or let them be free to express their full potential? Setting them free sounds ideal until the butterfly ends up with another owner. Unfortunately, if the owner commits an assault, our initial letting go only cages in the body in a worse space than before. Similarly, if the owner is an unruly media platform, our letting go cages in sexuality in a worse space than before. Both scenarios can reduce one's bodily and spiritual dignity. Caterpillar in a tree, how you wonder who you'll be. Can't go far, but you can always dream. Wish you may and wish you might. Don't you worry, hold on tight. I promise you there will come a day. Butterfly, fly away. We have reached the end of this analysis with more questions than answers. I do not have the answers either, but many of us have already formed opinions based on our lived experiences, and that is a beautiful thing. Whether story of Elisa appeals to you for its pleasant storyline or its philosophical depth, I hope that this video was insightful. Thank you for watching. Take care.